Hello! Welcome to the Deerfield Public Library Twitch channel. I'm Emily and you're watching Lunchtime Listens. This week we're going to be doing a bit of a palate cleanser for everyone. Last week we finished reading The Lord of the Rings, and next time we're going to be starting Frankenstein. So I thought it would be a fun idea to do sort of a story time for adults. So I picked one of my favorite themes. You might have been able to guess if you saw the loading screen with all of our pets, but it's gonna be dogs. So we're gonna do a story time. I have 2 picture books for us, and I'm gonna tell you about another book for kids that I think everyone would really like. So this one is a brand new nonfiction book for kids. It's called Dogs, A History of Our Best Friend by Lita Judge. This is going to be sort of a narrative nonfiction book, and we're going to learn a lot of really good facts about dogs. So here we go. Huddled, tired and cold, we stare into darkness. The night is long and danger lurks. Distant howl, snap of twig, something large draws near. Amber eyes catch the light. Is it a threat? No, it's a friend. Dogs, A History of Our Best Friend by Lita Judge. Long ago, when humans were still living in caves, wolves were pack-hunting predators with bone-crushing jaws and long, sharp teeth. They could smell prey from a mile away. Wolves hunted the same herds of caribou, deer, and other large animals as we did. But between 50,000 and 20,000 years ago, something began to change. Wolves and humans became curious towards each other, and some wolves began raising their pups near our encampment. Over time, measured in generations, the physical appearance of these wolves changed. Their snouts and teeth grew shorter. They had become dogs. And this book does have a lot of bonus awesome facts here. I'm gonna skip those today, but I highly recommend checking out this book to read all of the facts. There's some good stuff in there. These early dogs had their own kind of intelligence. They understood the meaning behind some words, and they developed the ability to follow our lead by looking where we pointed. Dogs even followed our gaze by looking at the same direction that we observed. And this is cool because it does say that dogs are the only animals out there to do this. Living with dogs meant that our lives got easier. From far away, we couldn't smell the large animals we hunted, but dogs could. And we didn't always hear danger as it approached in the night, but dogs did. Now we had partners to help us track and hunt, and trusted sentients to guard our family. Our ancestors were hunter-gatherers, constantly on the move in search for food. We couldn't haul heavy loads over long distances, but dogs could. Around the same time, in a completely different part of the world, people began domesticating goats and sheep. We couldn't watch our large herds at night and keep them safe from danger, but you guessed it, dogs could. Raising livestock meant that we could give up the hunter-gatherer existence and have a more reliable food source. Some cultures remained nomadic, living in tents and moving their livestock over wide, sweeping grasslands with the help of herding dogs. Other cultures began to stay in one place and build villages. You might not even be able to see the dog in there, but there he is. Whether people were nomadic or lived in permanent settlements, our dogs had gone from life on the edge of our encampments to trusted family members in our homes. We grew attached to them, gave them names, and in many cases, when we died, gave them ceremonial burials. So this one says that we have like translated some old dog names, and I think you'll get a kick. So some old dog names might have been Brave One, Reliable, Yelp, Tracker, Good Herdsman, or this guy, Useless. So mean. Most dogs who lived within homes had to work alongside their human companions, but a few lucky pups, especially small dogs, lived in a lap of luxury. I think this is King Henry III with his puppies around his neck. In the Middle Ages, without the advances of modern medicine, doctors could do little to help heal their patients, but dogs could help. Here it explains about how like they would have dogs lick wounds because they actually have some chemicals in their saliva that helps prevent infection. They might not have known it, but it worked. And then over here it says, by the 16th century, doctors began prescribing dogs for treatments. If you suffered from an upset stomach, you could hold a small dog to your chest. And again, we didn't know why this worked, but now we know that it's because when we pet dogs, it lowers our blood pressure and it like releases the happy chemical in our brains. So it may help your tummy ache to hug your dog. Dogs performed many other tasks that we couldn't do alone. We couldn't swim for long distances in icy water to retrieve a duck for dinner, but our dogs could. Farmers couldn't find tasty truffles to eat, but dogs could. And dogs even helped us cook. Here we've got a dog on like a spinning wheel that's helping fan the flames. They do point out that this dog probably did not have the best working conditions, but hopefully you got some good treats for it, right? And if dinner ignited into flames, dogs helped us put out the fire. You might know, you might associate Dalmatians with firefighters, but this explains that it's because the Dalmatians actually had a calming effect on horses. So when, the sirens are going and they're trying to get through the street real fast, the Dalmatians would run ahead and clear the path and then keep the horses calm as they ran alongside them. For centuries, different types of dogs were grouped into breeds, which were defined by the functions that they performed. For example, sheepdogs herded flocks, running hounds helped hunters, and mastiffs were guard dogs. Then, in 1859, Victorians in England held the first dog show. More shows soon followed and soared in popularity. From then on, people began grouping dogs by their physical appearance, and dog breeds were defined by how dogs looked. Suddenly, there were more dog breeds than ever. So many dogs. Ever since dogs were domesticated, their fate has been tied to ours, even if, unfortunately, that means serving in wars. In 1914, World War I broke out. It involved over 100 countries, and more dogs served in militaries than ever before. For the first time, dogs were highly trained in military dog schools to perform a wide range of life-saving tasks. People were reminded that it didn't matter how our dogs looked. We needed their help. After peace was declared, countless soldiers returned home from World War I forever changed. Thousands had been injured in gas attacks and faced difficult lives because they could no longer see. But dogs trained as sight dogs were smart enough to see for them. Sight dogs were so efficient at helping people that programs to train new kinds of service dogs followed. Now there are dogs to assist people who are deaf, living with epilepsy, or facing other physical disabilities. The most common are therapy dogs, who bring a comfort to people in nursing homes and hospitals or live with people suffering with emotional distress. Today, dogs live in partnership with us in more ways than ever before. In the military, we've got some athlete dogs, some entertainer dogs, dogs working in hotels to sniff out bed bugs. We got search and find dogs, dogs at the airport, dogs that helped identify COVID-19, and then, of course, our best friends at home. This is the part that might make you cry. This is the best. So, anyone whose family includes a dog knows what a wondrous thing it is to come home to an excited tail wags and face licks. You know that you love your dog, and you know that they miss you while you were away. But does your dog love you back? If you have a dog, you're probably nodding your head. And guess what? Science has proven you right. Because they say, science has proven, remember how I told you that when we pet dogs, it lowers our blood pressure? Now science tells us that the same thing happens to dogs when we pet them. Their blood pressure gets lowered and their brains also release the happy chemical. So they are getting just as much out of us loving them. I know, right? It's so sweet. Oh, love them. Dogs and humans are connected. For thousands of years, we have benefited from our relationship with dogs. They have comforted us, carried us, worked for us, and saved our lives. In almost every way imaginable, they have cared for us. Dogs need a safe home, food, and care in return. But perhaps the most important thing dogs and humans can share is love. And that is the end. There are a lot more really awesome author's notes in the back. We've got some famous dogs we got the dog breeds listed next. And then we've got some famous dogs listed here. You could check out and read about some famous dogs. And a timeline too. And I want to show you, this book has the absolute best end papers that I've ever seen. So be sure when you check out picture books, always look at the end papers here. So first on the front, we have, the wolves, right? And then by the end, the last end papers, all snugly in bed. It's so sweet. So yes, you can put this book on hold. I will return it and it can go on to the next person to read all the amazing dog facts. So before I get into my picture book, I wanted to tell you guys about a graphic novel this is for middle grade. I would say this is appropriate for like 4th through 7th graders, but truly this is such a good book. I think anyone would like it. It's called Dog Night. It's written by Jeremy Whitley, with art by Brie Indigo, and colors by Melissa Capergioni. I totally probably said your name wrong. I'm sorry, but it is so good. It is about a young kid, Frankie. Frankie is non-binary, and they are just trying to, live a normal life. They're just trying to figure out what to wear to their band concert because dresses don't feel quite right, a suit doesn't feel quite right. They're just trying to deal with life as a teenager. But then one day, they see this dog getting bullied by this kid that Frankie does not get along with that well either. And Frankie, in a moment of bravery, decides to save the dog, stop the bully from hurting the dog anymore. And so that's how he finds out that this dog that he saved is part of the Pantheon, which are basically these superhero dogs that have worked together with the Dog Knight to maintain this ancient pact between humans and dog kind in order to fight off the agents of chaos, because there's these agents of chaos that are trying to make life hard for humans. And so only dogs can see these agents of chaos, and so they protect humans from them. And so Frankie needs to go through 6 trials to prove themselves worthy to be the next Dog Knight to represent the whole pact between the dogs and the humans. And what I love about this, and why I thought of this instantly while I was reading the dogs book, was because Jeremy Whitley really does a good job of building in a lot of real dog history with his own twist. It's really good world building. I really think you'll like it. I hope that there's gonna be more in this series. It could be a wonderful series. So that's The Dog Night. I really, really recommend it. You can put this on hold as well. To finish off, I am going to read us a really cute picture book. It's called Can I Be Your Dog? And here we have Arfie, and Arfie has a problem. Arfie needs to find a home because Arfie lives in this box. So here he is writing a letter. He's gonna send some letters out. So here's the letter being delivered. Dear people at the Yellow House, woof! Can I be your dog? I am potty trained and I have my own squeaky bone. Also, I love to play. I see you have a cat, but I'm willing to work with you. Who's a good dog? I am. Sincerely, Arfie. P.S. I know every house on Butternut Street, but I asked you first. So, here's his letter back, and it says, Dear Arfie, we're so sorry, but you cannot be our dog. Our cat is, allergic to dogs. Good luck in your search. The Honeywells. Oh, poor Arfie. But he'll try again. Here he goes. Here's the mail lady delivering a letter to the butcher shop. Dear butcher lady, can I be your dog? I think your butcher shop would be a great place for a pup like me. I could keep the floor nice and clean. Arfie. Anyone who has a dog knows that you don't even need a vacuum when you're eating. All right, here's the letter back. Uh-oh. Look, pal, I've got a bone to pick with you. Last time I let a dog into my shop, a dozen meatballs went missing. Sorry, but there's no way I'm taking in a pooch. Victoria Shank, butcher. P.S. No hard feelings. Enjoy these dried giblets and good luck on finding a home. Here's nom nom nom. At least he got a treat out of it. Ooh, the fire station might be a good place, right? Dear fire station number 5, can I be your dog? I can fetch your boots. Plus, let's just say I know my way around a fire hydrant. I've sniffed out every single one on Butternut Street, and yours is the shiniest. Arfie. Here's a problem though. You see in the window there? Uh-oh. So this is what Arfie gets back. Dear applicant, thank you for your interest in working with the Butternut Street Fire Station. Unfortunately, the position of fire dog has already been filled. We will keep your letter on file. Best wishes in your search. Station number 5. Come on, Arfie. All right, here's the next letter going to the Butternut Dump. Dear junkyard guy, I'm not gonna lie, you're my next to last choice, but these past few days have been rough. So, can I please be your dog? I don't eat much, and I can bark if people try to steal your junk and stuff. Hopefully yours, Arfie. Dear Mutt, get lost. Burying it. Not nice. All right, one more house. I don't know about this. Dear last house on Butternut Street, can I be your dog? I see that your yard is full of weeds and your windows are broken and there's a funny smell. But I'm not picky, just lonely. Arfie. Return to sender. To Arfie in the soggy box in the alley. Oh. Poor baby. a letter and it says to Arfie. Oh my gosh. Dear Arfie, can I be your person? I need a friend who will be with me no matter what. Snow, rain, heat, or gloom of night. And I see that you already know everyone on Butternut Street. I know you'll make a first-class partner. With hugs and head scritches, Mitzi Whipple, the letter carrier. P.S. If you agree, meet me at the big blue mailbox. What do you think? Is he gonna meet her? She's waiting. Here he comes. One more letter. Dear Mitzi, you know what? My tail has been wagging ever since I got your note. My answer is yes. Truly yours, Arfie. P.S. Woof. We got some stitches. And there is Butternut Street with some facts on how you can adopt dogs and help them out. So that was Can I Be Your Dog by Troy Cummings. I really like this one. There is a sequel to it, Can I Be Your Kitty? And Arfie helps a little kitty find a home. And there's a third one, I believe it's called Can I Be Your Class Pet? So if you liked this, if you think your kiddos would like this, you can definitely check this out, put a hold on it. You get the sequels too. Really awesome. We put together a book list that I think we should be sharing soon, if we haven't already, I'm not sure. But we have a book list that we put together with a ton of adult books about dogs, or like fiction books with dogs, from like adult all the way down to picture books. So I included some YA books, some juvenile fiction, some more picture books. So if you've got some kiddos in your life that love dogs, you've got a lot to read, or if you yourself just want to read some more books with dogs, they're always so good. So that's pretty much it for me. This was a shorter one today. Maybe I'll plan some more books for next time, but hey, I hope that you guys liked this story time for adults. Don't forget that Lunchtime Listens is always uploaded to the Deerfield Public Library's YouTube channel on the Thursday after it airs. So if you missed any of this, you can watch it again on Thursday, or you can go back and watch all the Lord of the Rings that my coworkers have recorded and put up there, or it's all there on our YouTube channel. Just search Deerfield Public Library, you'll find it. And then one more reminder, we will be starting Frankenstein the next time there's Lunchtime Listens, but we will not have any Lunchtime Listens next Monday because it is Labor Day and the library is going to be closed. So no Lunchtime Listens next Monday, but we will return on Monday, September 11th at 1:30 to start Frankenstein, just in time for spooky season. So I think that's like pretty much it for me. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you liked my dog books, and thanks for listening. This has been the Twitch channel.